Dancehall Neil here. Long time no see. um, yeah, I don't know. We're back. I'm back. Give you an update, I guess, for whoever's still listening. I kind of got inspired to bring the channel back a little bit, primarily from guy Malcolm Tent from the record label P. There's a TPOS and a Trash American Style guy, who has a pretty cool YouTube channel. It actually reminded me of what me and Oldskool Pat did here, or do here. We took a break, and life happens sometimes, as it does. But I'm gonna do an episode just to kind of bring things back a little bit. We'll do a Neil's New Nuggets, probably volume 1 and 2, just to show you some of the stuff that I've got in the past year. It's a lot, and I'm just gonna kind of go through some things. Just some stuff, punk rock, noise, experimental, dancehall, reggae, rock and roll, even some rockabilly and garage rock stuff. I said this might be a two-parter. Me and Pat will get back together to do some stuff. We are gonna go see reggae singer Perez Hammond at the end of August. I'm gonna record a couple of videos from that night. That's the plan anyway. I'll record at least a couple of videos, a few videos from being there, and I'll upload those. But until then, I'll see if I can spark something. Maybe we can get back on like a once a week schedule. That would be nice. But maybe this will spark interest back in it with us, and interest back in it with the people. I know we've lost several subscribers, which I don't blame anybody. We really weren't doing anything for a year. So, I'll do a little bit of talking about music and stuff, and maybe we can catch some new listeners and people that want to check out our weird ass taste in music. There's definitely a lot of channels that are very popular, but they all talk about one very specific genre of music. It's hard rock, heavy metal, that kind of stuff is super big, super popular, but it's just not here. So, and that's fine if that's what you like. That's great. But we don't really collect or talk about a lot of hard rock, heavy metal, or pop music. But as music lovers, there's always exception to any rule. You could talk to Pat about anything about Slayer. I'm sure he could tell you. And I like Gwar. So, as music lovers, we like everything. So, I don't know where to start. It's been a long year. Things are kind of getting back to normal. So, I don't know where to start. I'm just going to start with what's in front of me. And like I said, this will be a part 1. And, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm just glad to kind of inch my way back out there, and hopefully I don't lose any more. Hopefully somebody will watch, and we can talk. So we'll start. Gosh, I don't know. How about we start with? And I'm gonna butcher this. That's why I didn't really want to talk about it. But this is Bouillon Bacino Charlie. This is the reissue. This is a old prog rock album from 1971, recorded in 1971. I don't think ever really released until much later, until probably 1990, and I think that probably came out in Japan. This is the reissue of that 1971 recording. Been listening to a lot of krautrock and a lot of old prog lately. I was listening to, before that, I was listening to a few psychedelic bands and garage rock bands, and then I just kind of got into like a hard, kind of like a krautrock and prog phase. Nosferatu, Guru Guru, and there's a lot on my want list in that genre. Faust, Tony Conrad and shit. But I don't know. I'd like to do a whole video just on that. I think me and Pat would be able to handle that pretty well. But I've been looking for that album for a couple of years, and I found one at a good price. I think it was about $20. Usually, I've seen that CD go for 30 or 40, and sometimes that's a hard purchase to make, you know, with the way things are. Do a couple of 7-inches for you. I'm right back here. So this is the UK subs. This is, I think, the first 7-inch. This is the reissue. The CID is a picture disc, 45 picture disc. It's glaring on me pretty hard, so fucking hate it. Plus, it's like, I'll take it out. I didn't realize this is a picture disc when I bought it. I just bought it because I wanted the first 7-inch that they did. So this is obviously a 2008 reissue from Captain Oi. It's pretty fucking cool. UK subs. You know, they're around forever, but they kind of were late to the game as far as putting out a full-length record. Which is decent. You know, their full-length record is really cool. But it's cool to see that as a picture disc when that came. Out of 500, looks like this is number 136 out of 500 numbered copies. And the next in that kind of same genre, you know, the early punk, is The Fall. This is the 1978. This is the 2016 reissue. I always loved that cover art. I've always loved that. Again, their first album I do not have, and their first 2 albums I don't have, and I fucking want to get them, but it's not easy to come by here. Blue vinyl, very cool, you know. And I've been wanting to get a reissue of this. I have an original copy of this 45, but it is beat to living shit. So it's great to get like a copy I can just throw on and be like, this sounds smooth. It sounds, you know, sounds good and shit. So The Fall, love The Fall. Love The Fall, love the UK subs. Because why the fuck not? Why the fuck not? What else? What else, people? What else? There's a couple of things in the experimental genre. Let's talk about. I actually bought this CD over a year ago, but I did not listen to it until just a couple weeks ago. This is Evan Parker with a experimental noise group called Ghost in the Machine. I don't know, it's hard to say, but I like the art, the whole art. on this CD. This goes down the whole rabbit hole of old free improvisational jazz artists doing working in different genres like noise rock, um, harsh noise, uh, and industrial. Like you have like classic artist Evan Parker, jazz artist working with the noise, um, this noise group, and you have like Wolf Eyes doing an album with Anthony Braxton, um, and Derek Bailey did it. Um, William Hooker did it. It's like it's kind of interesting to see kind of like them being influenced by what like them being influenced by the people that they influenced. So it's wild to see that kind of full circle thing happening. Um, Here's another experimental album. This is new to me, just on my fucking radar, and it's a funny story about this. This is again, I can barely speak English, so I want somebody to comment all these names I'm fucking butchering. This is new. This is new to me. Pauline Oliveros. Pauline Oliveros, I believe her name is. Accordion and voice. Um, I'll tell you how I got into this one. This is great. Like I said, this is. I mean, she's like a mid 60s experimental artist, really. Like, and I noticed a lot of the Fluxus artists. Not that she's in that group, but a lot of the 60s artists experimented with sound and really unconventional things. And for the 60s, it was really unconventional. I mean, nobody was fucking with guitars and drums or rhythm or anything. Like, none of these artists, especially in the Fluxus audio art movement. Artists like Coombe and Yoko Ono and Henning Christensen. Like, I love that stuff. But I found about this album here. This one, and then there's another one around this time, I believe, called this is a solo work of hers. Her other solo work that came out around this same time is called The Wanderer. It's also really good. But I had a fella that contacted me on Discogs about, he was interested in a demo I had. It was from a black metal band out of Pennsylvania, I think Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Do not ask me to pronounce that, because you know that I will get that wrong severely. And I said, I prefer a trade. I was like, all right, well, I'll look through your stuff. I think he wanted me to look through it. You can look through my stuff. Look through my band. Here's a link to my Bandcamp. Look on my Bandcamp. So I think he was really itching. Like, I have a label. This is, I think, his way of thinking. I have a label. Pick out what you want on my label, and I'll give you whatever you want. But I'm sure it's great stuff. But I told him I do not have the time to check out like your label and to get into all that. Like, I have around my birthday, May 5th, about a month ago, I purchased the discography of Deathbed Tapes Bandcamp. It was half off, and it's funny. I got the email on my birthday, and I said I'm gonna pop on. It was like $10. I got like 200 albums. It said half off the discography. And I know Deathbed Tapes being a harsh noise label with Rudolf Eber from Rosenstein and Gergelstock, who I'm a big fan of. and they got some Charles Manson stuff and some Charles Manson reworkings, and that I haven't heard yet, but I have them now. And Massona's new project, um, they have that too. So said why not? I mean, I already had 2 or 3 of their tapes, the deathbed tapes. I think I have one over here. All right, so I'll give you an example of that before I get too far off topic. This deathbed tapes. I'm not even gonna show it. It's not. I know I'm not crazy. But again, I might be. So yeah, I guess I am. Anyway, so anyway, so because of that, I'm going through between 100 and 200 deathbed tapes albums. I'm playing them kind of in my spare time when I'm really kind of when I am bored, or like when I'm working out or something. I'll throw one on and you know, I'm not disappointed so far. I've only listened to about 5 or 6 of the albums so far, but I told him, look, I can't, I don't have the time because of that. I really don't have the time. But I will look through your list, and I found just one of the first things I saw that I did not recognize was Pauline Oliver Rosen. It was an LP version of that LP reissue. And I said, I want that. I said, I don't know what it is. I don't care what it is. I read a small, rough description of it. I said, I don't care. I want that. He's like, I just got that in the mail a week ago. You ain't getting that. It's like, all right. And he had this other thing. It was a Jamaican Gospel, Volume 1, compilation of Jamaican Gospel. At least 200 copies, or whatever, of an LP. Just some stuff that I recognize very little of. I mean, there must have been 15, not even 15 tracks on this LP. I may have known 2 of the artists, maybe 2 or 3 of the artists out of 15. I don't know. Like, this Jamaican Gospel was a whole nother thing. Is like the kind of like the revivalist things, but it was different. I mean, they had Jamaican record labels, gospel record labels, that are often ignored in the history of Jamaican music labels. I've never heard. I looked up some of the tracks on this compilation, and I've never heard of any of these Jamaican record labels, these Jamaican gospel music record labels. So I said, I'll sit down. I tell you. And I asked him about that. And he's like, no. Anyway, we ended up coming to an agreement, which I won't talk about, but that's where. But in my mind was planning the Pauline Oliver Rosen. I said I have to get it. The LP was a little bit more than I could afford at that time. I had to order it immediately. I said, well, look at this CD. I'll order a $12 CD. I did not want to order a $32 LP or $42 or whatever it was at the time. Because if I see something I'm excited about, I want to roll with it. So, that was a story that was a little too long. Just a couple of things. Like I said, I don't want to do a two-parter, whatever. This is just to kind of get things flowing again, man. Get some new blood, maybe with our subscribers and our followers, and maybe kind of inspire both myself and Pat to do more videos before we go to the Beres Hammond show, because I think that's going to be a fun show, and I really want to be able to do that and maybe record some record store trips and things like that if we can able to get on the same page with our schedules. But I've been going to the flea market about twice a week since my son has been in school. I got a couple of records here. Got a rock and roll record from the Swan label. I love the Swan label. This is Freddie Cannon, Tallahassee Lassie. Very cool, you know. B-side is kind of like this more somber, you know. And Chubby Checker, who I've been listening to a shitload. This is Chubby Checker, The Fly. The Fly by Chubby Checker. Don't sleep on the fly. Don't sleep on the fly by Chubby Checker, because you might crush it. $2 a piece. Excuse me. I'll tell you something else I bought that same day. It's a CD. This is weird. I've never seen this before. This is the best of Luciano, right? You know, this is not for promotional use. And so I saw this, right? And I'm like, it's $1. But the interesting thing about this best of Luciano, it's 22 tracks. There's a lot of unreleased stuff on here. First of all, I don't think they ever actually made this best of Luciano CD. I don't know what label it was for. I don't know if it was, I'm pretty sure it wasn't VP. I don't know if it was maybe like Jetstar or something like that. But I mean, it could have been VP. It doesn't look like it would have been, but this is there's no label on here. It's just not for promotional, or for promotional use only, best of Luciano. I mean, I guess it could have been VP, because there are some remixes on here with like fucking Wu-Tang. It reminds me a lot of the fucking Capleton's Prophecy, which we've talked about this album a lot, because, you know, this is an important album to us, me and Pat both. And, you know, we're big Capleton fans. We've seen him live, and there's a couple of remixes on this promotional copy of the Best of Luciano that are like that, featuring fucking Wu-Tang. There's some weird stuff on. There's like a freaking soca dancehall melody. There's which I've never heard in my whole entire life, and I'm a pretty big Luciano fan personally. I mean, he's one of my favorites as far as the modern roots kind of Renaissance genre goes of Jamaican reggae artists. He's definitely one of my favorites. I got a shit ton of Luciano records. So I picked it up thinking, if I don't like it, it's $1. But I was like, yeah, you're not. There's some mixes on here that you'll never hear. Like I said, I don't think that this actually came out. If I'm wrong, if anybody has any background on this best of Luciano, let me know, because I don't know. But you could definitely tell some of these mixes are pretty fucking rough. So it was a little bit weird. I don't know. Okay, last thing before we depart. I didn't get into any of that. I guess I didn't get into really any of the early garage rock or rockabilly, but we'll talk about that next time, because oh my gosh, it's gonna be so much fucking fun. And now I'm sad. So I just talking about that kind of made me think of a couple of other things that I've been kind of wasting my time with. And that is this stack right here. Boom, baby. So this is gonna be a little notification dizzle. So the Savage Savo album came out, Fresh Prince of Dancehall. These, you know, I have some singles, but generally if you want to download an album, you're downloading it. This is downloading it. You could stream it too. So stream anything I talk about in this stack, stream it, Stream it all fucking day, please. God, please. Buy it on what is it? iTunes, the Apple. I don't know what's out there. Stream it. Okay, Savage Savo. This is Fresh Prince of Dancehall. I know this is not even pretty or cool. I'm just gonna fucking talk. Here's the new Governor album, and it is called Humans and Monsters Are Not the Same. Fourth Jenna, new Governor, man, check that out. Governor. The new Masika, 438. I don't know why I'm showing it. This is ugly as fuck. New Vibes Cartel, X-Rated. Vibes Cartel EP, check it out. Wasn't too great with this one. Was okay, but Fully Bad's Born to Be Dweet. I know Fully Bad, he's fucking awesome. He's fucking, wants to keep dancehall, keep it fucking interesting, keep it local, keep it Jamaican. And none of this trap shit, man. We don't fuck with that shit, man. We're not fucking with no trap shit, man. It's dancehall. You understand that? Keep it dancehall. Javalani, Dirt to Bentley, the new Javalani. Check it out. Stream it. Dirt to Bentley, Javalani. Do it. Here's one for your streaming services, folks. Jafrost with Not Nice. Faith. Jafrost. Not Nice. Faith. Here's one for your streamers out there, man. Alkaline Vendetta. Bro, Alkaline. Top prize. Stream it. Look it up. Alkaline. Top prize. Intense. Public Enemy #1. Stream it. Buy the digital download on Amazon. Do something. Intense. Public Enemy No 1. VP Records, my friends. Intense. One of my favorite new DJs. Intense. One of my absolute fucking favorites out today is Intense. INTENCE. Wounded on VP Records. The Wounded EP on VP Records. Intense. The boy's doing it, man. Come on. Jesus. Daddy 1. One Bro God. Daddy 1. Stream it. The new Tommy Lee Transition Devil album. Transition Tommy Lee Sparta. Devil album. You got Bad Deeds, Gone Too Soon, Judgment Day, Top Shotta, Shortlist, Contract Killing, Funeral Time, Spinaz, Duppy Man, Trending, Swift, Karma, Superstars, G-Foss, Air Force One, Duet, Bond for Dweet, Tommy Lee Sparta, Transition, get it, the Devil album. Stream it, get in your Spotify's and your Apples and all that stuff, man, and just do it. I don't know, man. Like I said, this is part 1. We're going to get back on it, and I'm going to make a special note for you guys here. So what do we talk about? We talked about UK subs, The Fall. We talked about Evan Parker, Savage Savo, and the rest of the brand new dancehall stuff that you should stream. Luciano, Pauline Oliveros. We talked a little bit about Chubby Checker. Man, we got a little bit about the Deathbed Tapes. I'd like to talk more about that. Maybe make a whole video about Deathbed Tapes. One more LP before we go. I found this at the sale too. I haven't listened to it yet, but this fucking Chubby Checker. The Twist and Master, Chubby Checker, Bam Boom Bam. I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not going to talk about it without playing it more, but I don't know, man. Been in a Chubby Checker mood lately. You don't like Chubby Checker. You don't know, man. I don't know. You don't know. I don't know. We don't know. So I'm going to put this up, promote it a little bit, see what happens, and maybe in a week or so, and maybe we'll do part 2. I'll get together with Pat. Maybe we'll do a couple videos, and then we'll go to Beres Hammond and do record some live shit.